The state of the nation in regards to investment currently?
A lot of people are looking at tourism, which is a bit of a challenge at the moment. I think on the other side, the investment is doing very well. Right. Yeah, it's doing very well, and I'm not, exaggerating. It's covered, meaning supported by facts. If you look from around from 2012 up to now, we've been receiving a very good high rates of growth of FDI, this foreign direct investment, and domestic investment is also very rising. If you look, just drive a couple of counties around, you see the number of malls and real estate projects coming up, and most of that is actually investment by Kenyans. It's really exciting. So on the investment scene, I would say we are extremely busy. We are getting investors from all parts of the world. You're talking about the UK, you're talking about the US, China, India, Europe, like Norway and other countries, Africa, Nigeria, we're talking about, in South Africa, Mauritius, Egypt. So there are a lot of countries and investors looking at Kenya and they want to invest. Right. Investors are more, they are being driven by the bottom line. They want to look at, and where the return is good enough, they are willing to take risk even if risks are there. Yes. So they are seeing in Kenya also that even though we might have a, current challenge about, terrorist, challenge, yes, there is not something that is going to be there forever. In fact, if you look behind and see what is being done to deal with this, then you realize that soon and not later, right, we are going to enter in a period when security in the country and in the region is much better than we have enjoyed before. You mentioned that yes, tourism might not be doing well, but we are doing well in the other sectors. What sort of success indicators are these if we are, for example, to look at 2014? Okay, I'll give you an example. In 2013, foreign direct investment into Kenya grew by 98%. Okay, or you may want to argue maybe the base was not so big, but I can tell you the numbers are very strong. In 2014, the growth was also equally strong, but I don't have the exact number for 2014. I think we are waiting for that data. Let me also say, recently you had the Fortune magazine find Kenya among the top 7 emerging markets in terms of FDI attractiveness, right, in terms of good environment to do business. Right. It was the only country from Africa that was in that list of 7. The other one is Bloomberg. In 2015, they put Kenya number 3 globally in terms of growth prospect for 2015. Our economy is expected to grow almost close to 7%. And I think with the rains holding, we might actually really get to 7% itself. Right. So there are good things. Of course, you have cited the issue about mining survey, the survey in mining, which shows contrary to what the picture I'm painting. But this sector is also emerging. Kenya has just joined the league of It will need a bit more time to develop. We are setting up the regulatory framework. We are setting up the institutions. I'm not surprised that you'll find that the rating is not that well. Right. But watch the space in a few years when the law is done and everything. Right. Yeah. Let's talk about devolution, because this has been pegged as one of the keys to unlocking investment, yes, especially in the areas away from the urban centers. Yes. Are you happy with the rate at which devolution has boosted investment so far? Yes, and I can actually risk predicting that this is going to come as one of the best policies this country has ever taken. Right. Right now, several counties have organized investment conferences, and they're improving by the day. You've seen some of them actually even signing commitments with investors committing that we want to put in so much amount of money. What has happened is that the counties know they are responsible for the investment climate in their counties by the quality of their governance, right, by the infrastructure they build, by how they attract a good quality or the quality human resource, and also basically by how they, investors want to be appreciated. Investors go where they are appreciated and where they feel they are loved, So this is basically what is giving the county governments the chance to know that you are the determinant of how much investment will come into your county.
You mentioned earlier on that we need to appreciate investors and they go where they appreciate.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the incentives that we're giving them, especially to FDIs.
Yes.
What more needs to be done? Because recently we had conversations and people are saying maybe it's time to scrap the tax incentives that we're giving them. What sort of incentives are we giving them now and what can improve?
The best thing you can give an investor is policy certainty. An investor would like to know that the next year or 3 years down the road, this is the policy environment I'm going to be facing. So they can project their numbers. So even though, of course, tax holidays, investment allowances, concession of terms on land and all that are incentives that help. Right. But the key thing that the investors are looking for is the environment and the policy certainty. So give them certainty, they see the quality in governance, they see infrastructure, they can get power, they can get it at the right price, and also in terms of reliable supply. They also get water, clean and reliable supply. Even if you didn't have a lot of tax incentives, but you provided that kind of environment, investors will come.